Hi, I'm Greg Hischak. That's my name tag. So verifies. I am the director and the curator of the Edward Gorey House in Yarmouth Port. I've been here for 12 years, and I've been the director of the house since 2020. This is Edward Gorey's house. He bought it because it had a big sign out front that said Edward Gorey House in 1979. No, not really. Edward is an artist, illustrator. He's a book artist. He's an author. He does a lot of stuff. And one of his locations where he lived was Cape Cod. Not here initially. He lived over down the road in Barnstable Village. He had a family house there. So Edward was very entrenched in Cape Cod, and he eventually bought this house in 1979. Moved into it 6 years later and lived here for the remainder of his life. Everybody knows Edward, but not for the same reasons. He had a half-century career as a book artist, which became extremely influential for people who would follow, like Maurice Sendak and Shel Silverstein, etc., etc., etc. It wasn't work that he made much money on, and Edward's other job for that half a century was he was an American illustrator, a prolific illustrator. He did hundreds of book covers for Doubleday Anchor, and he worked for Random House, and as an illustrator, he produced 80 or 90 children's book illustrations all through the 60s. He was the big guy in children's book illustration. He became the big guy in Gothic horror illustration in the 1970s. He was kind of ubiquitous, both physically on the Cape, and his work, it shows up everywhere. If you opened a TV Guide, if you opened a New Yorker, if you opened Sports Illustrated, National Lampoon, there he is, illustration. He just seems to show up in a lot of strange places. When Edward passed away in 2000, his will just stipulated to sell the house. He didn't say, don't turn it into a museum, and so that's what we went with. A lot of people were really concerned about Edward's legacy, and they made sure the house did not go on the market, that it became a museum, that his trust was involved in it, and that they kept it pretty much as Edward had it. With Edward, you reinterpret him every season, really. And as I was working with him, you start to connect the dots of things. You go, oh, look at that. That's what he did over here. Or, that piece of nonsense is what he uses here. Or something as simple as that picture on the wall. He drew that. It's in the background of this book and The Hapless Child. All this stuff it accumulates and grows, and like a big web, it just kind of expands every year. So now it's gotten seriously interesting. We keep finding all this stuff. So I think it's reflected in the house. The exhibits are interesting, and I learn stuff too. We use the World Wide Web frequently, but we also have a phone. The Edward Gorey House is located in the heart of the beautiful village of Yarmouth Port. We are open from April until December. We recommend during the summers that people go to our website, which is edwardgoreyhouse.org, and make reservations because we fill up a lot. There's a lot of stuff to be found here. Something for everyone, especially those who enjoy wearing a lot of black. Visit the house. You won't be the only ones to do so.